So back in December, I wrote about how this year I'm focused on making Sofa a lot more well-rounded. The problem is today, there's just a lot of compromises that people have to make to feel comfortable using Sofa, to feel confident, all that kind of stuff. And today's update really focuses on squashing a lot of those compromises. So Sofa finally now fully works on an iPad. This comes with multitasking, multiple windows, keyboard, mouse, all that fun new stuff that the iPad has. You can do it with Sofa. So all your data now syncs to iCloud. So regardless if you're on your iPhone or your iPad, all your lists and your list items and groups and all that stuff will sync across it. So Sofa has had themes. There was, your light theme, your dark theme, and then there was a black theme. I've gone pretty crazy with themes in this version. So there's now over 30 themes. I'm going to be adding a bunch more over time. And honestly, this is just making this really, really fun. So there's themes based on different eras, holidays I'm going to be doing, seasons, all types of stuff, and then just like your regular colors. But what's really nice about this is that each theme gets its own icon. So if you want, you can change your icon. And then you can choose which theme you want to use for either light mode or dark mode. So if you want, you can have a dark mode one for daytime and a light mode one for nighttime, whatever makes sense to you. But this is a lot of fun, and I think going to make just using Sofa just a lot more enjoyable. And so this next part gets into the business model. This is something that I've thought a lot about, and I initially had Sofa as a paid upfront app. It was $5 to get it when it first came out, and I probably after like 6 months I stopped doing that. It just didn't work. I even had family members say like, I don't pay for apps, and it's like, okay, all right, so that's not going to work. We need to do something else. So I made the app free, and figured that could give me time to learn how people are using it, see if it's even viable, and then figure out the business model from there. So there's a couple assumptions that I'm making around the themes that I think will work, but we'll see if it does. Number one is that just personalizing stuff is fun. People do this all the time with their bags or their clothing or their desks or so many different things. Their cars, like putting decals and stickers on their cars, that kind of thing. I think themes fit into that model really well, and it's a way to personalize just this one app yourself for yourself, and then it's just fun. The other thing is that selling themes doesn't disrupt the experience of using Sofa. So if you're someone who really doesn't care about themes at all, you don't have to ever go there. You don't have to go to that part of the app ever, and it doesn't get in your way with how you're using the app at all. So you can just ignore it and go on with your day, and you'll be fine. The other assumption is that if you buy one theme, you'll probably buy a few themes. Since I'm pricing them at $1 per theme, it's something where I could see you maybe getting one theme, maybe buying a second, and it's something that I'm going to be adding more themes over time as well. So it's something where there's kind of like this nice incentive structure where, there's new themes, I want to check them out, and may want to switch them up per season, that kind of thing. So there's a bunch of other improvements I made to the app with this release. Number one being that it's a lot easier to navigate around. So it uses a tab bar now. Before it was just like a big list that you have to dive into each page, but now it uses a tab bar. It's a lot easier to get around, which is nice. It introduces groups. This was previously called sections, and it still works in a similar way, but actually adds, I think, a lot more power to the concept of groups, or what sections were previously. So you can still just look at all of your lists and groups together in one view if you want, and just kind of scroll through that. Or if you're someone like myself who has a lot of lists and a lot of different groups, you can navigate into specific groups and just view those lists, if that makes sense. So that's actually, I actually really like it I have a lot of book lists, so I like to be able to just go into that group specifically to go through those. You can now change the date of activity items. This was something that seems so simple, but you couldn't do for the past 2 years. But now you can do that, which is really nice. And there's just a bunch of other, small UI improvements, bug fixes, that kind of thing. So, just general, housekeeping stuff. So that's it. So that's Sofa 2.10. It is a monster update. There is a ton of stuff. The biggies are the iPad support, iCloud syncing, and themes. So if you are remotely interested in this, I would love if you go check it out in the App Store. It's free. And then go check out the themes, maybe buy a few, that kind of thing. So thanks for watching.